Hey.
My strawberry kisses, I could fly through the wind. Hey guys, it's me Betty from Betty's World. I'm back with another video. Bro, we reached 1,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Like, thank you so much, and I appreciate every one of you guys, and I love you so much, and thank you so much for being patient and loving, and I love you all. So today's video is just going to be an explanation to why I wasn't really here. It's somewhat of a story time, chit-chat video, advice video if you have this type of feeling. This is, I guess, this is serious. If you don't like chit-chat videos or just like me talking, then this video is probably not for you. But if you just want to, I don't know, get to know me and get to know how I'm doing and how I'm feeling, then this is the shit for you, my dudes. Would I look better with my hair up like this? Or not up, like down? Or like, would it look better like this? Like this. Hi to the people that go to my school, which is so weird. I still can't believe you guys watch my videos. That's amazing. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Okay, so it started a month ago in February, in early February. I had a cold, and that was the weirdest cold I've ever had. I missed school for that shit. It was bad. Like, yeah, it was one of the worst colds I've ever had in my little life. Yeah, it was really bad. Eventually it went away, but then a week after, or like 2 days after, this weird feeling, I started to feel like I was floating, like I was dreaming, like I was, like I wasn't alive. Like I don't know how to explain it. It felt like you were trapped in someone else's body, to put it short, and I didn't feel good, and I didn't go to school because of that. I couldn't stand up straight. Like, I got dizzy. I felt like throwing up. I didn't have an appetite to eat, so I didn't really eat, and if I did, I had to force myself to eat. And like, I don't know, I just felt really sad. And weeks later after that, I had like 2 panic attacks, episodes, I don't know what you would call it. I had those, and it was really like really sad. Well, the first one happened because I was doing my makeup. Minding my own business as always, like thinking that I'm gonna go to a mental facility, thinking that nobody's gonna believe in me, thinking that I'm making this shit up and that it's not real. I was doing my makeup, doing my eyeliner, and I looked in the mirror. When I looked in the mirror, I saw a person. It was me, but it wasn't me. It was like I was looking at myself, but I didn't feel like I was me. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if I told someone this, would you believe me? No, you wouldn't. So like, I started feeling that. I look away, and like I put my hand up like this, and I'm just like, and it doesn't feel real, right? It doesn't feel like shit. Like, I don't feel shit. And like, I started like breathing really hard, and like tears just started coming down, and like I just went down in a ball, and I just like started crying. It was really weird. And then the second one happened because the second one happened because I'm not there at the part yet, and I started like freaking out, and my sister was there to help me, and I was good. And then about 2 days before that incident, that episode, my mom took me to the doctor because I couldn't go to school because of this shit. I couldn't really do shit. All I did was sleep, eat, or attempt to eat, and like just watch YouTube in this room. And that's all I did. That's all I could do. When I stood up, I felt like I was gonna fall. I felt dizzy. I felt like I was floating. I felt like I was like dying. I felt like I wasn't in reality. And like, I'm not gonna cry. You got me fucked up. Like, I did my makeup so fucking good. I did so, stay up there. And so, I couldn't do shit. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I could stand up, but it felt weird. I felt like falling. I felt like I was dreaming, and I felt like everything around me was fake. And everyone goes through this type of feeling, but if it lasts more than like a month, this shit lasted a month. then there's something wrong with you. Like, you have to go checked out. So my mom took me to the doctor, and when I went to the doctor, I still felt like shit because this was like a school day, and this was a Monday. I went to the doctor's on a Monday, and when we went to the doctor, he tested me, like, he checked my heart. He said my heart was beating extremely fast for a person sitting down, but that was the only thing. My throat was good. Like, bitch, I was fine. I was fine. This wasn't a physical shit. Like, bitch, they even checked my fucking pee. They didn't find shit. So they're checking my blood right now, and it's been like 2 weeks, and they're not gonna find anything because there's literally nothing wrong with my blood. It's just, I guess this is a mental problem. And so when I came back from that, I like went asleep. I couldn't go to school. They told me that I was okay to go to school. He tried to give me a slip of paper to like excuse my absent or my early absent. And I was like, do you like, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad because like he thought that I guess he thought I was making this up. And then I thought I was making this up because when we got home, I went I went to sleep because I couldn't do anything. And so a day later, my sister and my mom, my family, we wanted to go buy food because I mean we were out of food and we needed to buy food. Like, what do you do? So we went to buy food, and I wanted to tag along because, well, yeah, I wanted to tag along because I felt like I was being lazy, and I felt like I was taking everything to, in my head, I felt like I was faking it. I felt like this shit isn't real. Like, I'm going crazy and I'm making it up. And like when I told my sister and my mom, it's hard to believe this shit is like this, like I'm telling the truth. That's the thing. Like if you hear a person telling you, oh, I feel like I'm in a dream, would you believe them? No, you wouldn't. So like I didn't feel like they were believing me, and I felt like I was making it up. I felt like I don't know. I felt really, really sad. And so I did my makeup, I did everything, and then I sat down, and then I just started like feeling this weird feeling. It felt like an attack, like a panic attack was coming. I don't know how you would call it, but it was something weird. It felt like it was gonna come again, but it didn't because I ended up staying home. So I stayed home. When I stayed home, bitch, I did my motherfucking research, okay? I did my research. Ew, I'm crying. Ew, I'm crying. Okay, I did my research. I stayed home and did my fucking research. Because, like, I felt like if I don't do my research, I'm gonna go crazy and I'm gonna be like this for the rest of my life. And I'm not gonna accomplish anything. I'm gonna go crazy and I'm making it up. That's what I thought. So I did my research. I went on Google. I searched up my symptoms, feeling like you're trapped in a dream. And the first article that came up was the exact same definition of how I was feeling. How it was so creepy. I read the first article. It was this guy. He came from a vacation and he had a cold. I had a fucking cold. He had a cold. And this article was like in 2010 or something. I don't know. He had a cold, and then after the cold, he started feeling like he was trapped in a dream. And I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. Because I thought I was the only one going through this shit. And he started feeling like he was trapped in a dream. He said this shit has been lasting for like a week for him. And I was like, me too. What the fuck? This is weird. And then he started like he started saying exactly how I was feeling. He started saying that when people and the doctors ask him what's wrong with him, all he says is, I feel like I'm trapped in a dream. I quote, I feel like I'm trapped in a dream. I freeze. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So he felt the exact same way I felt. He felt like he was floating. He felt numb. He felt like he was trapped in someone else's body. He felt like it wasn't him. Like it was so weird because I thought I was the only one that was going through this shit, right? He said that he couldn't really feel emotions. Like, you know how I don't really know how to explain this. He felt like he was pretending, and it felt weird. And like I felt like I felt like I wasn't the only one, and I felt good and everything. I read more and more and more and more. I watched videos, but before I researched all this, before my mom and sister left, we had like this little sit down talk, and like my mom asked me what's wrong, I try to explain it, but translating in my language is not really. English and Swahili aren't really close languages, so it doesn't make sense when I explain it. And I mix English with Swahili, so it doesn't really go together. But I tried to explain it to my mom, and you could tell that like she believed me, but it's hard to believe a person that says they're trapped in a dream. So it's not really, believable or some shit. And so I told my sister everything. It was more, to me, it felt like it was comfortable to tell my sister rather than anyone else. Because like when I explained it to my sister, I go deep into it, but when I explain it to other people, it's more like, why bother? They're not even gonna believe me, right? So I explained to them. I looked at my sister, right? There was this moment I looked at my sister because she was on her phone. I looked at her, she looked up at me, and like, I couldn't, it's like I couldn't, like, I didn't recognize her. It's not like amnesia, it's like I saw my sister, but I didn't remember those happy feelings when I saw my sister, like happy memories, and it felt odd. Like I looked at my mom too, and I was like, fucking shit, this is the lady that's raised me all my life. And it's so weird because like I didn't recognize them. It's so weird. Like, and I don't do drugs or drink or do that shit. I don't. So like this is weird. It just happened out of nowhere after that cold. And so back to the research. I did my research, and I watched this video by Dodi. I love that queen. She's like my aesthetic queen. I love her. She's amazing and real and passionate, and she has an amazing voice. So I watched Dodi. I watched that video of her explaining what she had. And because I searched this up, I found the word, but I wanted to see people talking and explaining it from their perspective. And Dodi explained and talked about it, and everything that she said I could relate to. But hers, she's had it for 5 years, and I had it for like what, 2 weeks now, like that time. And like I was like, okay, because I thought, and she said that it's so creepy. She said how whenever she feels like she wasn't in reality, she does little things like, because you can't, in this type of feeling, you can't really, you can feel pain, it's just like you can't feel it. It's the weirdest thing. It's like you can feel it but you can't, you can feel it but not really. It's like that. She said how she did this to try to feel it, but for me it wasn't like this. I did this, I shook my hands or like touched my face or something, try to feel if like I get back to normal or some shit. She explained all that shit, and like I was like, oh my god, I can relate. About her looking in the mirror and looking at a person but it wasn't her, and I could relate to that incident of that weird panic shit, and like just little things like that she explained, and I was like, what the fuck? And then eventually she started saying, I have this thing called depersonalization and derealization, and I was like, maybe that's what I have. So I searched it up, and searched it up, and it explained, and it said, I don't know exactly the definition, so I'll probably put it up here somewhere, but it said, like, in shortening it down to my terms, or my type of, vocabularies, it said that you feel like you're trapped in a dream, you can't wake up, but you're like not in reality, and your mind is somewhere else. It's like you're floating, but you're not. You zone off a lot, like I'm doing right now. Weird. You zone off a lot, and you think of something else. It's like you're gonna pretend. It's like you're pretending to be at that moment when you're not. It's like that. And so I was so happy. I watched more and more videos about it, and this guy, I'll recommend the video if you have this. This guy explained what he did to like cure, not like necessarily cure, but like slow it down, the processing caused by stress, depression, or anxiety. I'm not diagnosed with depression, so I don't have depression. Yeah, I don't have depression. I'm not diagnosed with anxiety either, but I do know that I was stressed. I was stressed about YouTube, I guess. I was stressed about theater practice, rehearsals. I was stressed about that. And I was stressed about school in general, about my grades and everything. And I guess all that made this weird feeling. I watched more videos, and this guy explained that this feeling isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's supposed to, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing when you don't want it to come at that moment, And he explained what he did. He explained exactly the way that I was feeling. Exactly the way that I was feeling. Because I thought I was going crazy, bitch. I thought that I was going crazy. I thought that I was the only one here. I thought that I was the only one that could feel this feeling. I thought that I was going crazy. I thought I was alone, depressed, and everything. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like this feeling. He said that it was like looking through a microscope in the back of your head. And it felt it's exactly how it feels. It's exactly how it feels. I did my research, found that my mom and sister came back because they're done shopping and stuff, and I was so happy. I texted my sister. I was like, oh my god, I'm not crazy. Oh my god, I found something. Oh my god, I found something. Because and there's people out there that feel the exact same way, and it's this type of depersonalization and derealization isn't talked as much as, like, people don't talk about it as much as they do with depression. It's not necessarily depression, and you can't really cure this feeling. You can't cure it. There's no cure. But you can slow it down, and you can slowly try to feel like yourself again by doing little things. But they don't talk about it as much as depression, because depression, you have medicine and therapy, ways to cope with it. But depersonalization or derealization is just coping with it and trying to slow it down. And so my sister came home. They placed all the food, because we were supposed to put it in the fridge. They placed all the food down. My mom got in the chair, sat down. My sister got in the chair, sat down, and they did this. I swear to God, they did this. So what is it? And I was so happy because they actually wanted to listen to me, and they didn't think that I was crazy. I mean, they never thought that I was crazy. I just felt like they didn't believe me, but they did, and I was weirded out. And so they listened. I explained to them, and I was just so happy. I started crying and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm not crazy. That same day before they came, I watched this video of a guy, and he said he said in this video, it's been about 2 weeks that I've been feeling good. And I was like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck do you mean? How are you feeling back to normal again? How are you feeling good? He said, I just try to live my life and go slow and not stress and just do the things that I normally do and be happy. And I was like, okay, sure. And then he said, fake it till you make it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I searched all this shit up. I didn't find any medicine. My mom was willing to go buy medicine for this shit with me, because this was serious. This wasn't like this weird little imaginary thing that I was like going through. I was literally sad every day. I wouldn't say depressed. I was sad. I was like, I just couldn't cope with anything. And whenever someone's talking to me, I just zone off. I would think of this. And so my mom was willing to take me, and I didn't find a medicine, and I tried to do exactly what he said. And it's been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. It's been about 3 weeks now. I've been feeling way fucking better. So much better. I haven't had any attacks. I haven't had any episodes. I've been feeling so good. I've been happy. I've been smiling. I have been stressing, and I've been good. I guess if you have this weird feeling, it's called DPDR, depersonalization and derealization. And I guess my advice to you, if you're watching this right now, my advice to you is to slow down. Don't worry, you're not crazy, and there's way more people out there that are feeling the exact same way. It doesn't matter if you're doing drugs. It doesn't matter if you smoked. So I guess to make it short is, if you're feeling this type of way, to just slow down, breathe. You're not crazy. I promise you're not crazy. You're not going to a mental facility, and you're okay. You're just stressed. Either you're stressed, depressed, or anxiety. You have anxiety. Just breathe. I promise you that will help so much. Just breathe, slow down, take it day by day, and just forget about that shit. If it keeps like killing you and getting to you and you can't think about anything else, go to the doctors. You need to go to the doctors, because there is therapy and there is ways to cope with this that are way more better. And I'm not a doctor, so don't trust me if I say anything stupid. But yeah, if this goes out of hand, go to the doctor and get some therapy and feel better, I hope. And if you don't want to go to therapy and you want to just do this shit by yourself, then just take care of yourself. Do little things that make you happy. Fake it till you make it. Talk to your friends. Talk to someone that understands you. And just, you'll be okay. I promise you. If you're feeling this weird way, you'll be okay. And you're not the only one, I promise you. And I love you so much. Stay strong. Please, please, please stay strong. Do not try to do little things that are tempting to try to feel pain. Don't do that shit, please, okay? I know this is really weird, but I was thinking about it, and as stupid as I was, like, I was thinking about it, and I'm so glad I didn't do it. And in some weird way, I guess I was a little depressed in that weird month of February. I hate February. February is the worst month. Like, that's like my worst month ever. I love you. Stay strong. And you're not alone. So, yeah. So that's why I wasn't here on YouTube. And don't feel bad for me because, bitch, I'm feeling way much better. I'm so happier, and I don't know, I feel like this shit is gone. Like, I don't feel it anymore, which is amazing. And, like, I don't know, I'm happy again. I'm walking in the streets, and I could fucking feel the air smacking me on the face, the wind. I'm back, basically, and I'm okay. And I wanted to make this video because I thought you guys were wondering, and, like, you were worried, and I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm okay. I'm back. I'll be making videos again. And if you want to know more about this weird feeling, I'll probably leave links in the description box, and if I don't, then I will make more videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for listening, and I love you. Thank you so much for 1,000 fucking subscribers. I love you so much, and, like, thank you. And 400 likes on that video, my aesthetic video, and so many beautiful comments. You guys are amazing. You make me so happy, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. And yeah, I think that's it. And I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and stay lit. Bye.
Hey.
My strawberry kisses. I go fly.